Hey guys, today we are going to see how to install an SSD in Mac Mini 2014 late version. You will need some accessories to complete this process. It requires 2 screwdrivers, a plastic opening tool and logic board removal tool. All these tools you can buy from Amazon. Link is given in the description below. So let's get started. Step 1. In this step we have to remove the bottom plate. So first of all, put your Mac on a neat and clean table. Now place your Mac upside down. You will see 3 screws which are below the bottom cover. With the help of plastic opening tool, remove the cover from sideways by applying gentle pressure to open it up. Now step 2. In this step, we have to remove the antenna plate from the Mac Mini. So after removing the cover, you will see a total of 6 screws at the bottom. Now open the antenna plate very carefully because it is attached to the inside connector. Connector has a screw at the top. Open that screw using a screwdriver and remove the antenna plate very carefully. Step 3. In the third step, we have to remove the fan assembly. So the fan has a total of 3 screws. We need to remove 3 screws using a screwdriver. Then we have to lift up the fan a little bit because the fan assembly connector is located under the fan, and using a plastic removing tool we need to disconnect the connector from the logic board and remove the fan from the Mac Mini system. Step 4. In this step we have to remove the logic board assembly. First of all, we have to remove the SATA cable connector. For that, there is a screw on the SATA cable connector that we have to remove. Now using the plastic removing tool, we need to disconnect the SATA cable connector from the logic board. On the other side, there is an IR sensor cable connector which we have to disconnect from the logic board by carefully lifting it using the plastic removing tool. Here is a logic board security screw and we have to remove this also. There are 2 holes on the logic board. So insert a logic board removing tool in the holes and slightly pull towards the input-output board and it will remove the logic board from the Mac Mini system. Now remove the logic board removing tool. Here the logic board is connected with a DC cable. So we have to pull the DC cable connector back from the logic board. Now carefully try to pull out logic board assembly from the Mac Mini system. At this step, we must be careful of any remaining cable attached with the logic board. Step 5. In this step, we are going to remove the power supply from the Mac Mini. At the bottom of the power supply, there is an AC in socket which is secured by a metal clip. So, we need to pull the metal clip and remove it from the Mac Mini. The power supply is locked at 90 degrees with AC in socket. So, we need to rotate the AC in connector anti-clockwise. After rotating it, there will be a screw that we have to remove using a screwdriver. Now, we will slowly remove the power supply from the Mac Mini system. At this step, we must be careful of any remaining cable attached with the logic board. Step 6. In this step, we are going to remove the drive tray assembly. Here, we have to remove a single screw attached to the drive tray assembly. Then just lift the drive assembly up and remove it from the Mac Mini system. Step 7. Here we have a hard drive in our hand. It has a total of 4 screws, each on either side of the hard drive. Remove the screws and pull out hard drive from the assembly. Step 8. Here we are going to replace the hard drive. Here we have to take away the ribbon cable and peel off the tab. Be careful while peeling off the tab because that may damage connections. Now, remove the old hard drive from the SATA socket and replace it with a new SSD. Now again stick the tab on it and replace the ribbon again. Step 9. Here we are going to fit all 4 screws using a screwdriver. Now the whole hard drive assembly is to be fitted inside the Mac Mini system. So place it inside the system and fit the screw using a screwdriver. Step 10. In this step we have to fit the power supply in the Mac Mini. Just push a little bit and it will fit inside the system and fit the security screw. Now the AC connector has to be rotated clockwise to make it easy to fit inside the system. And using forceps, we are going to place the metal clip inside the Mac Mini to assure the locking. Now step 11. In this step, we are going to insert a logic board back to the Mac Mini. For that, carefully insert the logic board inside the Mac Mini and insert the DC cable connector on the logic board. Step 12. In this step, we are going to insert the IR chip back onto the logic board. On the other side, we have to fit the SATA cable too. There is a plate that we have to put on the SATA cable and then fit it tightly with screw. Step 13. In this step, we are going to insert fan assembly. First, bring the fan assembly near to the logic board and fit the fan connector to the logic board, and then carefully place the fan above it and fix the screw using a screwdriver. Step 14. So here we are going to fit the antenna plate on the Mac Mini. For that, bring the antenna plate closer to the Mac Mini and attach the antenna connector to the logic board using screw and screwdriver, and then carefully place the antenna over it. Then we have to fit all the screw tightly. And finally, we have to fit the bottom cover to pack it, and that's it. Step 15. Now we are going to install macOS in our SSD. For that, you have to press the Window key plus alphabet R key if you have a Windows keyboard, and then press the power button on the Mac Mini system. And if you have a Mac keyboard, then you just need to press the Command key plus alphabet R key and then press the power button on the Mac system. Once you see the Earth icon, then you have to select the Wi-Fi and type your password and hit the enter. After a few minutes, the OS utility dialog box will open. Now, you have to click on the disk utility option and then click continue. Once you click on continue, the disk utility dialog box is open. Now, you have to select your hard drive and then click on the erase option. Once your hard drive will erase, you have to click on the done option and then close the dialog box. Now you have to click on reinstall OS option. Click on continue. Then click on agree. Again click on agree. Then select your drive and click install. The process takes some time. It's depend upon your system. After a few minutes, welcome dialog box will open. Now select your country and click continue. Select your keyboard, click continue. Select your Wi-Fi network, click continue. Select option don't transfer any information now and then click continue. Now if you already have an Apple ID, enter it and click continue. But if you don't, then you can create a new Apple ID by clicking on create new Apple ID. But now we just skip this step. Click on agree. Again click on agree. Now enter your full name and account name and set up a password for your Mac system. then click on continue. Again click on continue. And that's it. So this is how you can reset your Mac system. Hope your problem will solve, and if you have any query, just comment below. If you like this video, then please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe this channel for more interesting and helpful videos. Thank you so much for watching. Jai Hind.